Raiders set.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, six-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A first look here for DJ Dallas. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
DJ Dallas. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Wilson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
Wilson's back.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 2nd season now from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A check on the numbers last week for Connor. 10 carries, 55 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he's been a...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points. Well, we thought these 2 defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll find Everett there, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
48-yard.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Wilson now off the bootleg. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
14
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 51 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Now Wilson on first down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Gerald Everett. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
1st down, Arizona.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Murray now on first down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Conner. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
3rd down.
From the gun, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Wilson. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
After one, it's 9-0.
With the score, Seahawks 9, Cardinals 0.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
6-man. Check curls.
From the shotgun, this will be Dallas. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He'll get this to his running back, DJ Dallas. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Wilson steps away to it, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now Myers for the extra point. Make this a 16-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a dump off here complete. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
It's a gain of a yard. And It's third down.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Tossing this out wide to Dallas. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
Wilson's
only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and
operating from the gun. Wilson. He's going to get this underneath to Dallas. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display. Play right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0.
19. Cardinals, nothing.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 27.
To throw, it's Murray. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Cardinals.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
Murray now. And that'll be incomplete. The Cardinals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Third down. And
Shotgun now for Murray. And able to find Green. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
a gain of 9.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the ground with a tight end. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
On the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Chase Edmonds, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Incomplete. It's 3rd.
Now Murray. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Arizona.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Dancing to his left. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 17-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Murray has it knocked loose, fumble. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray being chased out left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Murray. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16.
Seahawks 19. Cardinals 3.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure.
At the 30.
Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Bucks. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Operating from the gun, Murray, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll move the chains.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. This is Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He was no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
At the 44-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun, Murray. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run this with Homer. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
A gain of 4. It's now
on 2nd down, a run with Dallas. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Buda Baker with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
They'll take over first.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The football going back over to Arizona now. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. To throw again, Murray. And they'll go back to Hopkins, and this time he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. Murray now to throw. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own 20.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction.